Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Yo soy Rita. That's kind of as far as I go. I'm learning more and more. My husband and I are actually taking the Rosetta Stone because we find that a lot of our Amigos that come out are Spanish speakers, but we've got Tamil speakers, we've got Indian speakers, we've got Chinese speakers, we've got Bengali speakers. So if any of you speak any of those languages or any language that you know of, Japanese, where's a vet? We need Japanese speakers occasionally. Whatever we need you. But I want to tell you, if you're not familiar with Amigos, who we are and how we got started. But first, I want to tell you something. I'm going to try not to cry. There's an angel in Columbus, Georgia. An absolute, total angel in Columbus, Georgia. And, you know, Amigos as a unit has been in this city working since February of this year. We're a new group. But it hasn't been happening by itself. There's a woman named Susan Krysak. Susan, come up here. I'm serious. Come up here, Susan. She is incredible. Yeah, it's worth a standing ovation. Okay. Worth a standing ovation. Okay, Susan Krysak found out 5 years ago about the Stewart Detention Center. 5 years ago. You know, that crushes me. As a Democrat, I was crushed to find out that Stewart existed and had this kind of program for a for-profit prison, you know, detaining men in harsh conditions, and that we didn't know about it. It's 40 miles from here, and we did not know about it. But Susan did. And you know what Susan said? There's something I need to do. And by herself, for 5 years, Monday through Friday, every Monday through Friday, the men don't get released on the weekends. She met them either at the Greyhound or at Groom by herself. She gave them food, a backpack, she took care of them, she took them to her house, and she has helped, thousands of men. She has contacts with thousands of men around the world. And we would not be here today, seriously, if it wasn't for the angel that is among us called Susan Krysak.
Thank you so much. And this is an angel and the Amigos. But Rita came into my house and I was pretty worn down, and she said, I'm going to get you some help. And she is the angel, and she went out and got the sweetest group. So if any of you are interested in helping to join the Amigos, you would be in with a very kind group. I also wanted to share with you the person who brought me into doing this. Anton Flores, can you come up, please? Anton! It was Anton who showed me this, and that's how I ended up helping those men that night, and then that came to Amigos. So he was really the beginning part, and I thought he may want to say a few words. I remember his speech at Stewart when he said, so beautifully, I can't say it the way he does, but he said, we hide what we are ashamed of, and that's what they're doing at Stewart to the men.
It is good to see so many folks here. I came down from LaGrange to join you all, and I just wanted to be in the crowd. But let me just add one thing about, I think, what is unique about Columbus and where you are positioned. As Susan and so many others can attest to the degradation and the humiliation that these immigrants suffer without due process inside this facility, to then be shackled and brought from the deep south of us up to this airport. It's your elected officials who allow that to happen in your name, in our name. And so I tried to recently attend the airport commission meeting, and they decided to cancel it. I would encourage you to start attending those airport commission meetings. We can share with you some open records information that we're having. There are other communities that are saying we do not want to be a part of this deportation machine, and this is one very tangible way in which you can stand up to the fear that happens all around us. This is just fear. We don't need to be afraid of them. We don't need to be angry or hateful towards them. But we need to unmask those fears. And we need to step out of our comfort zones, and we need to be willing to talk to even our own elected officials who are a part of this system. That's right. So thank you.
Okay, I'll tell you, incredible. It's incredible to have these people who are on the front lines, fighting, doing, working every day. Paz Amigos, I want you to know, we see ourselves doing a very tangible, concrete thing here in Columbus. The men who are released, most of them do not speak English, so English is their second language or no language at all. And imagine yourself, how many of you traveled to a different country that didn't speak English, and you were there and you felt like an idiot, you know, you're asking for, instead of a ticket to go to Paris, you're asking for an elephant to take you to Russia, you know what I mean? So, you know, you're a smart, intelligent person, but when you don't speak the language, you don't sound that way. So our job, using all kinds of apps now, we have Say Hi, we have Google Translate, we have, you know, all kinds of things to help us. The internet has allowed us to bridge. So there's no reason to be afraid about somebody else speaking a different language. We meet them there, we walk in with a granola bar and a bottle of water and a little card. I actually got it with me right here. Well, that's a blank one, that won't do. Okay. We got a little card we give them that has our Paz Amigos logo on it. In the back it has in English, in Spanish, and in Hindi. We have a lot of, it's a broken Hindi, anglicized Hindi, but it says, "We are here to help you get to your family and friends. Please accept this kindness. We are all brothers and sisters." So that's who we are, right? That's who we are, brothers and sisters. We're all one of humanity. Like, it's just a little kindness we're showing them on their way home. So that's what I really want to get across. That's what Paz Amigos does. But, you know, we've been lucky. We've had some great donations from indivisible folks, from the Unitarian Universalist churches, from a lot of the churches around Columbus. And we have, in our house, my husband and I, he set up a little, I don't know, a whole studio for all the donations. And the men come in. Last night, one of the guys from Cuba came to our house. And he was wearing stuff that he'd worn on his way up here. And he was so happy to go in. He came out in a crisp white shirt and some new shorts. And he was like, yeah, like, this is it. He was so happy and so grateful. So something that's such a little thing to do, a little courtesy, a backpack. They come out with their big yellow envelopes that have their whole life in it. Okay, their whole life in it. And most of them have nothing else. What they were arrested in is what they come out with. So most of them have nothing. So we give them, if it's winter, we give them a jacket or a hoodie. We give them a blanket. We give them a pillow, because most of them take buses. And buses take a long time even to get to New York City. You know, most of them take 24 hours to get there. So we help them get on their way. We talk to their family members. The family pays the tickets, but we help them get there. So if you're interested at all in helping in any way, you can do it by donating, and you can also do it by signing up to Shadow first if you want to see if you want to be a Paz Amigo. And then if you want to join us, we're more than glad to have you, because it's such a cool thing to do. I think all of our amigos, who are my amigos here tonight? Everybody put their hand up. Who's an amigo here tonight? So look around, talk to them. You know, talk to them and find out what it's like. It's pretty darn cool. It's actually something we find is very beneficial for us, because you really see the humanity involved. These are real people with real lives. You know, you may have heard me, or maybe you saw me tell that story, but most of them have family members that are bawling their eyes out. You know, the reunions are quite emotional. It's an incredible atmosphere. So I wanted to read just a couple of things. Sort of testimonials. I'm going to read one that Adela, she's one of our Paz Amigos, she wrote, that kind of sums up, I think, what we do here. And then we're going to have some fun lighting some candles and doing some good stuff. Let me see here. Where's Adela? Okay. Well, maybe I'll read Myra's. I got one here from Myra. She says, "I learned a lot from the other Cuban man. He didn't speak English, but Gustavo interpreted for him the whole time he was here. He says they are being denied asylum because they give them the application in English only, with no interpreter. They have only 7 days to gather the information from their families to support their case. Since they don't even know what the form says, they are unable to do anything. Even if they could, 7 days is not enough time to gather the evidence to support your case when the family are not in the country. After 7 days, they give another form with no translation saying they did not comply, and they are denied asylum. He was very angry and said he was willing to make a formal complaint. They sure are making a lot of money keeping these guys in as long as possible. Can't help wondering how much money is changing hands to keep that going." And that's Myra and Vic over there who do that for our things. Okay. Let me find this one. We got a good one. This is from Bill. "Another fascinating Paz Amigos evening. Men from Venezuela, Pakistan, India, and Sri Lanka. The young guy from Sri Lanka, an amazing wood carver, is in our guest bedroom. He'll fly to New York tomorrow. Susan, who seems to know the process inside and out, is taking care of the Punjabi man from India, who takes a bus to Chicago tomorrow. Mohammed from Pakistan is on his way to family in Philadelphia. The Venezuelan Franklin is off to Miami. What a world we live in, and it's passing through our living rooms. Okay. I'm going to have a couple more. And then, okay. This is from Susan to actually Judy. Judy, thank you. They will want to use your phone and speak with their family. That is the most important thing to them. Because they have been away so long, use WhatsApp. Calling to one another in a country is free. If you have some snacks and water, they are often hungry and very hungry. They have been cold for so long that it's good to have a collection of warm jackets. Even in the summer, buses and planes are cold. Google Translate on the phone. Most of all, they will love seeing someone who cares and has a smile for them. Many are surprised that they are cared about. Make it your own and have fun. And that's what Pods Amigos is all about, people. So thank you for coming out. If you want to sign up, come find anybody with a Pods Amigos shirt on them or rub me down. I'm Rita Ellis. You can get us at indivisible19@gmail.com. Pods Amigos 19. Sorry, dual hats. PodsAmigos19@gmail.com if you want any more information. Love y'all. Thanks for coming out. Let's make this count.